Hello, aloha. Today I'm explaining why I'm probably one of the most interesting and yet miserable women in America. And you have to excuse the non professional way that I am making this video. Not only am I shy, but also I am not good at making videos. I'm not a tech person. So I'm trying to do the best I can, especially with the circumstances I'm in. A little bit about me. I know 32 languages and counting. I can dance in just as many or more. I know Brazilian capoeira, the same style as Eddie Gordo from Tekken. I know Korean Taekwondo, and I know the original Korean Taekwondo invented by General Choi, a Korean. I know Kung Fu, the same style as Zuko from Avatar. I met and have pictures with Muhammad Ali. He taught me the counter punch, the counter right, as it's called. They should put me, definitely, they should put me in a fighting game. I also have autographs and pictures of and with Tony Hawk, a skateboard legend, King Pele, a soccer icon, Stan Lee, the creator of Spider-Man and most Marvel characters, Adam West, the star of the original Batman TV show, Bob Marley, the reggae savant, Luke Skywalker, back when he was a hero and not drinking blue milk, and many, many others, much more than I can explain in just one video. But despite all the wonderful things I have experienced and more, I am a miserable, miserable person. Why, you may ask? Pray tell. Well, because I am living in a neighborhood that hates me because of the color of my skin. The neighbors are all racist and LGBT unfriendly. They're stealing my mail and threatening me and calling me racist names. Most of my friends and family died of COVID or cancer, and the national shutdown, oh my God. The national shutdown pandemic closed my university, which stopped me from my dream of earning my 4 degrees in travel and tourism and 1 degree in linguistics and opening my own travel agency while still leaving me with the bill and broke. What a tragic life. Oh my God. I am about to be evicted from my apartment. Every social help agency couldn't or wouldn't help me. The lawyer that I paid my last of my savings, $2,500, to help me with an eviction that I am going through, said after a few days he could not help me anymore unless I paid him more money. In other words, he ripped me off big time. I cannot move all my stuff and out of my apartment and find another place to live without money, which will leave me homeless and lose everything I own, including my memories, the items I collected for decades of my life that are irreplaceable. These items include things from some of the very first anime and comic conventions in America. the hundreds of language books I have collected in my life, the items gifted to me by my friends and family, a lot of them no longer alive today because of the horrible pandemic situation, COVID, etc. Now, how did I get here in this situation? One might ask. Well, it's not by being lazy or dumb or stupid, and definitely not by doing drugs or being a criminal. I was raised by a strict family, an efficient family. Oh, when my father was my closest to me, he was very loving, but he was very strict and efficient also. And they embedded honesty, hard work, being like a respectable type person. They embedded this in me from an early age to respect elders and nature and just basically be a good person. Teaching me to love your neighbors, the conviction to wanting to connect with more people that are even not like myself, or whatever, and just accepting people for who they are, not making judgments, not being racist, not being sexist, not being, sexist. As I said, I'm nervous doing this video. Many of you might understand. But anyway, um, I learned to love different cultures and languages, and thinking that one day I could connect with people by teaching them about different cultures and languages, because I believe that communities being together as one and communication is ultra important. It's important for people to be able to communicate for peace and love throughout the world. I have been in the start of many movements and trends and fads long before they became movements and trends and fads. And people that thought I was crazy and bullied me and abused me, they would always dog me out like that. Teaching myself and learning about Asian cultures and languages made me overly aware of the many fascinating and wonderful things about them and appreciate them so deeply and spiritually. But little did I know that they would take the world by storm and go viral years and even decades later in the future. K-pop, J-pop, Mandopop, anime, manga, Asian dramas, etc. I was into all that stuff before a lot of people were. At that time, when I was, as I said, I was ridiculed, mocked, and harassed. But in spite of and despite of all that, but even with all that negativity that was pushed on me because of my passion and love, I still call myself an honorary Asian girl. This same pattern of being ahead, also, it was with things like the Celtic culture, the African culture, the Jewish culture, the Scandinavian culture, the Brazilian culture, etc. My discovery of world languages and cultures has always been going on and is still going on. It's endless. An example of my studying European languages and how it really was so intriguing for me to know a lot about them and be able to speak some is I was able to communicate with the most world famous European one of the most a lot of the European bands I met and stuff, but I'm specifically going to say Sigur Rós. They are the number one Icelandic band in the world. Speaking to them in Icelandic language was just so fascinating, so wonderful. I even talked also to the most famous male ballerina of the time, Mikhail Baryshnikov, in his native tongue of Russian. I'd like to make a disclaimer now for anyone that's the haters out there. For the people that hate Russians in Russia because of the war, I'd like to say that he left Russia, his native home, decades ago. So please stop hating Russians just because they are Russian. And another little side note here, I also speak Ukrainian and a few other Slavic languages. So I just like to add that. Living a long life comes with good and bad. One of the negatives is seeing many communities that I was in the early beginning days get destroyed. An example, the beginning of the anime conventions, comic conventions, reggae music scene, the goth scene, the punk rock scene, the country and western music scene, etc. These scenes were like a community, a family, so to speak, of like minded peoples who shared a passion, a true, deep, real, original, spiritual passion as one. But as years went by, they got drowned out by people who do not have the same original, deep, spiritual, true, original passion. Original passion. I say that word original so much because it really was original. We can call the mainstream copiers, as I say, the normies. And an effect of this happening is that the real fans, looking for acceptance and friendship, they started losing their place in the scenes because the normies became the norm. They became the masses that prevailed, and less of what I call the aware, conscious minded roots people were around anymore. Things became totally overly monetized, meaning money orientated. For example, things that were either free or cost less money now have skyrocketed in price beyond belief more than ever. And having greedy corporations take over, and things that used to be a community, soulful events have turned into a soulless, robotic, money making vampire that wants to suck endless money out of you, out of me, out of everyone. Just suck it out. Like bloodsuckers, like vampires, bad vampires, sucking money out. I'm going to backtrack now. Backtrack to before I decided to go into travel and tourism because of my linguistic, cultural, and passionate loves. Backtracking. Initially, my vocation in life was to be a lawyer. And in fact, when I was in law school, I was at the top of my class. Proud to say, yeah. But when I was in law school, I discovered corruption. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I said, no. And I decided to drop out because I only wanted to be a lawyer to help humanity. I wanted to help humanity, no holds bars. But alas, by me making this decision to drop out of law school, my family disowned me because they wanted to brag about their daughter is a lawyer, even though they were not paying my tuition at all. I was very independent once I left home, and in fact, all I have I've paid for. I did not come from a rich family. I never let my family take care of me and give me money after I moved out. Now I'm going to go into the pandemic era. March 2020, disaster struck. The world and moi. Oh my God. It disaster. I just couldn't believe it. I was in total shock. Like, what is this? We're locked in. We can't do anything. There's a pandemic, COVID. Oh my God. So I had started my new goal of earning 4 degrees in the travel and tourism industry a couple years before 2020. Since I'm so good at the languages and love languages and cultures, and there and then this pandemic thing, it's ruined me. It's like, oh my God. And there were 4 people, I must say. Why was I so into this and so adamant in wanting to work in the travel industry? Well, there are 4 people that were my heroes and inspired me. Still, I love these people. I admire them. All during my studies, it just kept pushing me thinking about these people. 2 of these people were my travel teachers. They had traveled the world to all 7 continents and to over 165 countries in their lifetime. And they own a #1 travel agency. The other person is Mohammed Mezik. He is a YouTuber from Bosnia whom at age 26 taught himself to speak over 50 languages fluently. And also, he became a lawyer, and now at age 37-ish, he speaks over 70 languages. Oh my God, he has on YouTube a lot of videos showing him in different countries speaking the languages like Japan, Hungary, etc. He is just amazing, simply awesome. I highly admire that guy. The next person that I highly admire is also a famous YouTuber and a polyglot named Xiaoma. I like to call him Mr. Smith, but not the Mr. Smith from The Matrix. Anyway, so oh, and by the way, Xiaoma means little pony, little pony. Okay. The reason why he is also my hero and inspires me is because he is showing the world all these cultures and people and communicating with them in such a humanistic way that is not only loving and spiritual and entertaining, but also highly educational. His videos are never ever boring, and he is a humanitarian supporting Ukraine as I do. I love Ukraine and I'm praying for the Ukrainian peoples, and their language is so beautiful and for me easy to speak. It is indeed one of my top favorite languages, and I love Shalma's video when he's speaking Ukraine language. It is incredible. Watching any of Shalma's videos, you can learn a lot and discover a lot about the whole world. Things that he puts on there are amazing. You'll discover a whole new world by looking at his videos. And I admire him highly, as I said. There are 2 reasons why I started this YouTube channel. The first is because YouTubers like Shalma and Ralph Smart, he's yet another famous YouTuber, inspired me to spread my knowledge and experiences with the whole world. So, like they do, I want to give people so much joy and share peace, love, and happiness. The second reason I started the YouTube channel is out of necessity. I need support. I need donations. To go to my GoFundMe and subscribers to subscribe, please press the like button to my channel so I can arise from the deep depression doldrums, the miserable life, and become successful like I want to, so I can help myself and then in turn help others. One of my dreams in life has always been to be a philanthropist. If I had Elon Musk's money, I would stop world hunger. So out of necessity, I have made this channel. So now I'm going to ask you, the audience, I'm going to ask you, what do you think? Do you think I made the right decision to drop out of law school? Do you think I should have listened to my parents, including my loving dad, and become a lawyer? Or do you think it is good that I dropped out of law school and followed my heart and my passion instead? That is the question that I would like to know from all you people out there. And once again, thank you for being so patient with my, unprofessional presentation, but I had no choice except to do it this way. I don't have the proper equipment. I am shy. I'm not a tech person. And I really would appreciate your support, any donations you can make. Always, spread the word around, pass it around, let other people hear this. I want to inspire people. I want to be like Shalma. I want to be like Ralph Smart. I want to be like Muhammad Mezik, etc. I want to help change the world to positivity, love, and peace. Once again, muito obrigada, and dankeschön, and arigato, and mahalo for listening.